All right, Coach. U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken short.
Mike Spark. Ready. Mike Spark forward. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Now our first carry from Melvin Gordon. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down. At the 31.
Good job, D.
He's brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go, D.
Here's Gordon. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Minnesota Vikings. This will be taken very short.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Ready? 54. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Throwing is Newton. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now Gordon on first down. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Newton, and finding the tight end Hooper. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first down, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Gun.
Throwing on third down, Newton looks to throw, fires right side, and that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. The Vikings send out their punter. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He'll field this at the 5.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Set, hut, I'm on the bench. Check, walk with the edge, yeah. Here we go. Hey, switch gears.
Murray now on first down. He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Check 3.
On first and 10, here's Murray. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he goes out right around the 39. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, Got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Throwing now is Murray. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Play action. Now it's Murray. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Here we go on 4th down with Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack. So shall we say a bold decision to go for it, and that bold decision does not pay off.
And when you talk about bold, you're saying all caps?
All caps.
Yeah, without a doubt. Maybe they're telling their defense they have a lot of faith in them. I mean, that's how you have to spin it, is that you tell your defense, you know something? We were able to go for it there because you guys are so good. I'm not worried about things. That's the only explanation I can come up with in this situation.
Well, he better get ready to spin it for that post-game presser because you know he's going to be out.
He's going to have to spin it for his own locker room, frankly.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Check pass. Check pass.
To throw again. Newton's got Hooper on the short connection. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And Cam Newton's not coming off the field. He'll keep the offense out to go for it on 4th.
20, 8, 25, check 25, check 25. Under 10, under 10, 10.
Here we go on 4th. Newton. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw is Murray. It's Hill, complete. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
39 yards there, a big one.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. Gordon. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Early down stuffs to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Now get it.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Ravens 6, Vikings nothing.
Break the tip. No, 180. It's 54 Mike.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, Harry.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Newton now to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got it first and goal at the 6. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. This is Gordon. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. The Vikings on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and goal.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Newton. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Throwing on first down is Murray, eluding the pressure right. Got a man, it's Brashad Perriman. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Brashad Perriman, 78 yards. And the Ravens are able to show off their quick strike ability. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion.
Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Well, partner, since this new 2-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
This will be taken short. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. That one good for 26 and a first down. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Alert flare. Alert flare. Flare. Flare.
Now Gordon. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
To the set. 180. Nice spot forward. Switch up. Switch up. 8.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Newton's got Hooper on the short connection. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
8. 20. You got tight. You got tight.
The shotgun snap for Newton. Flush to his right. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Check 24. Check 24.
A 4-yard loss. It's 4th down.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Here's Hill on the return. Hill shedding the tackle. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Right there. 50.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Stop your body. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Not today, you are.
First down, Murray. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, but it's going to be second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check your hot read. 54. Mike 54.
Back to the air on second down. It's Murray. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Right there.
Murray now on first down. Buying time to his left. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
First down, Baltimore.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. From the 17, Murray, he's got this one complete to Perriman. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Murray going to throw.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Tyreek Hill as the first half is winding down as the Ravens push further out in front. Now Zerline on to add the extra. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15... the risk-reward, it's just not there.
It's so risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to a reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up first and 10. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So following the run by Gordon, here's 1st and 10.
So don't say nothing.
Now they try the right side here. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Murray. They'll roll him out right. And going deep for Hill. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made.
Let's go, baby.
It's a big play there for Baltimore. 61 yards.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Saquon Barkley. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as the Ravens push further out in front. Zerline now for the PAT. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken very short.
All day, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Set. 180. Mike 5-4. Let's go.
The busy night continues for Gordon as he gets it here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but is brought down after a huge return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 16, Murray. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Tyreek Hill with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. Now Zerline on to add the extra point. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes the score. Ravens 32, Vikings 3.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, that one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
For the pet, yeah, 180. Mike, 49. I'm scared.
On 1st down, Gordon. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here I come. Here I come. Here I come.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the 2nd half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. From the gun, here's Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Vikings send out their punter. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And In none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Rashad Perriman, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, Newton. He completes it to Boyd. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Now it's Newton. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now 2nd and 13. Now a 20th carry, number 20 here for Melvin Gordon. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Operating from the gun. Newton. It's complete to Williams. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. That's going to set them back 5 yards. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
20. 20. Check.
They snap it to Newton. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's going to walk one deep left side here. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play that time for the Ravens. 62 yards.
Well, go ahead and throw the ball, man. You got the big lead. You got the clock on your side. Obviously, they don't care much about the feelings of the other team, do they?
Well, I was going to say, you better run to the locker room pretty quick after this one.
Well, right now, maybe. They're just looking at it from the fantasy perspective. More points for everyone if they win big.
And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Give him 3 on the game there, 2nd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. A big play to start the drive got him in this position. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling, but inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Can they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Throwing on 2nd down. Newton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd.
Gun. Here we go. Come.
They run it here with Gordon. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Boy, not deterred from those first 2 failed attempts. They're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down.
I got you. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Watch the slant. Shit.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. On 4th down, Newton. That's complete. Hooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Newton now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
They're running it. 20.
From the gun, Newton, and finding the tight end Hooper. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Check 26. Check 26. No.
Newton now to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
That's another Vikings first down.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Ravens, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, good night, everybody.